So this video is going to talk about how long the entire recruitment process takes from the moment you apply for the job online up to the point where you get the visa and then have to relocate to the UK. This video is going to cover all that and everything in between. So we're going to be talking about what to expect as well as the documents that you are going to be asked to provide in this entire process. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Scholastica, and on this channel I talk about nursing in the UK and life in the UK generally. So make sure you stick around. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, click the subscribe button below and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop more videos like this. So whether you are applying for a nursing job or a care assistant job, I want to assume that you've already met the requirements for each specific job role that you are applying for. Now after you've met that requirement, the next thing is to go online and apply for a job. Now there are some people that have had issues applying for jobs online. There are some that will say that they could not complete the application form online. So what you can do if this applies to you is that you can convert the PDF file to a Word document so it will allow you to complete it online. And if that does not work, then print out the form, complete it, scan it, and email it back to the company that you are applying to along with your CV. After sending in your application, you have to wait for some time until the job listing expires and the employer has had time to go through the application and then select those that they are going to invite for an interview. The entire waiting time during this process is usually about 1 month, depending on the time that the job is going to expire. So the next step is to get an invitation from the company for an interview. So if the company goes through your application and they are impressed and want to know you better, the next thing they will do is to send you an invite for an interview. This interview usually takes place online, so it could be done on Skype or Zoom. The employer will usually give you like another 1 week or at most 2 weeks to prepare for the interviews, but that depends on the company because there are times that these companies don't have people on ground to actually do the interview, so they have to outsource this job to other HR companies or managers to come and conduct the interview for them. So this time varies depending on the company and the manpower available to them at that point. Now after you've done your interview, usually within 24 to 48 hours you are going to receive feedback about the outcome of the interview. So if you got the job, you are going to receive an official job offer specifying the job duties, your roles and responsibilities, as well as the company relocation package if there is any. And if you don't hear back from them, then you can send a message to them to find out how you did with the interview. There are times that they might tell you that you did not really perform well, or some other times they would just not say anything and then you can assume that you did not get the job. So if you got the jobs, then congratulations, and now the real work begins because now you are going to have to send in other documents to start the documentation process. So your employer is going to apply for your certificate of sponsorship, but for them to do that, they need more information from you. In this stage, you are going to be asked to submit all the necessary documentation as it pertains to this job that you've applied for. So if you are a nurse that have been given a job offer for a registered nurse position, the company is going to ask you to submit your IELTS certificate with the required scores and also your CBT confirmation letter from Nursing Council to prove that you've actually met the requirements that was stated on the job website when you applied. Mind you, they will also ask you these things during the interview, but this is the point where they are actually going to ask for you to provide these things to support your application. Now if you are a care assistant, they are going to ask you to provide your IELTS certificate, your care certificates, and every other thing that you need to provide to meet the job specification. You are also going to be asked to submit your references, your letter of good standing, your police certificate, your declaration of good health and immunization records, your TB certificate, and at this point some of them are going to tell you to provide your police certificate, but not all employers do that at this stage because for Nigerians, the police certificate actually expires after 3 months. Most of the time, you would have to do a police certificate twice. I did mine twice because by the time my employer asked for mine, I had to do one and then submit. But before I got the visa and was ready to relocate, the 3 months was already over, so I had to do another one. So just put that at the back of your mind that you might have to do 2 police certificates if your process is delayed for one reason or the other. So for those that are already in the UK applying for jobs with certificate of sponsorship, this is the time that the employer is going to ask you to do your NI background check. So most of the employers are going to pay for it and you just have to fill in your details, while others will direct you to the website to put in your details and then pay for it, and then you have to put in your employer's details so that whatever findings that they come up with is going to be sent directly to your employer. You have to pass these background checks before they are going to apply for your certificate of sponsorship. And this entire documentation process will usually take about 1 month if you don't come across any hurdles along the way. So after you've completed the documentation process, then you will have to wait for your employer to apply for your certificate of sponsorship and get back to you with it. And this would usually take like 6 to 8 weeks maximum. There was a time that it was actually taking the employers a lot of time to get certificate of sponsorship approved by the UK government. But I've heard now that there are people that are actually getting the COS within a shorter amount of time. So getting your certificate of sponsorship will usually take around 1 to 2 months maximum. Now, after getting your certificate of sponsorship, the next step is for you to start applying for your visa. Most of the time, the employer is going to pay for your visa application fees, but there are some employers that would not want to do that, so just keep your money handy so that at the last minute, you won't be running around looking for money to pay for your visa application fee. After you've applied for your visa, the next thing that is going to take time is getting a date for your biometrics. But after you have done your biometric, it will usually take between 3 to 4 weeks to get your visa approved. After receiving your visa, you can go ahead and book your flights. Again, some employers will be more than happy to book the flights for you. Others will say you should go ahead and book the flight, and then when you come over to the UK, you will be reimbursed for the payment. And there are those that will say no, just do this from your pocket. So again, make sure you have your money handy before you go about this process so that you won't be running around at the last minute to get the funds needed. So after you have gotten your visa, you've booked your flight, the next step for you is to move over to the UK. The time frame for this depends on the individual. There are some people that would like resign from their work and then take another 1 month to go back home, go back to the village and stay with their family or have fun with their friends. Or there are some that will be like, you know what, I have gotten my visa, I'm ready to travel the next day. So this part actually depends on the individual involved. Now, the entire process will take about 3 to 4 months maximum if you don't encounter any delays along the way. Sorry, my battery ran down, so I just quickly charged it now. This is like 5% left. So this part of the video was kind of rushed because I don't want the battery to shut down before I round up this video. So if you want to know the hack or the secrets that people are using to secure a job in the shortest time possible while they are still overseas, then make sure you watch this video here. In this video, I'm spilling everything that people do for them to get a job and then relocate within the shortest time possible. So if you've watched this video to this point and you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button below and the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop more videos like this. And until next time, I love you guys. Stay fabulous. Bye.